Outlaws, pioneers, and cowboys. When we think of the Wild West, dusty trails and saloons come to mind. But behind every journey, there was one thing that kept people alive: food. And these weren't fancy dishes. They were rugged, ingenious recipes of survival. If you'd like to see more nostalgic videos like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Today, we're uncovering 10 forgotten recipes that built the Wild West, dishes that fueled cowboys, miners, and settlers, and might surprise you with their grit and creativity. The 10 forgotten recipes. Number 1. Sourdough bread. Sourdough was the lifeline of prospectors and miners. Starters were carried across thousands of miles, fed carefully so they could bake bread anywhere, from mountain cabins to gold camps. For many pioneers, this tangy bread wasn't just food. It was a piece of home they carried westward. Number 2. Hardtack. Known as tooth dullers or molar breakers, hardtack was a dry, rock-solid biscuit that could last for months. Cowboys often dipped it in hot coffee or stew just to soften it enough to bite. It was cheap, it was simple, and though it tasted like cardboard, it kept stomachs full on the trail. Number 3. Cowboy beans. On the Chuckwagon, nothing was more common than a pot of beans simmering all day. Pinto beans, salt pork, onions, and sometimes a dash of chili pepper gave cowboys a filling and smoky meal after long cattle drives. This dish was so tied to cowboy life, it's still called cowboy beans today. Number 4. Johnnycakes. Also called hoe cakes, these were simple flatbreads made from cornmeal, salt, and water, fried on cast iron. They were quick, portable, and cheap, a frontier version of fast food. Pioneers ate them plain, with molasses, or alongside beans, making them a versatile staple of the West. Number 5. Venison. Jerky frontiersmen relied on dried meat that could last weeks without spoiling. Strips of deer meat were salted, smoked, and hung to dry under the sun. Venison jerky wasn't just a snack. It was lightweight survival food that hunters, scouts, and riders carried on every journey. Number 6. Buffalo stew. When bison still roamed the Great Plains, hunters turned the meat into thick, hearty stews. Slow cooked with potatoes or wild vegetables, buffalo stew was rich in flavor and nutrition. For settlers, it was a rare comfort in a land where food was never guaranteed. Number 7. Fry bread. Born from scarcity, fry bread came from government rations of flour, lard, and salt given to Native Americans. From those few ingredients, they created crispy golden bread fried in cast iron. Over time, it became a symbol of both survival and cultural strength on the frontier. Number 8. Dried apple pie. Fresh fruit was rare in the West, so settlers relied on dried apples brought by wagon trains. By soaking them in water, they could bake pies that tasted almost like the ones from home. It was a small luxury, a reminder of family traditions in an otherwise harsh land. Number 9. Chuckwagon Chili. Every trail drive had its own version of chili: beef, beans, chili peppers, and whatever spices were available. Cooked low and slow in heavy iron pots, chili was filling, fiery, and perfect for feeding hungry cowhands at the end of the day. It became the unofficial dish of the Cowboy West. Number 10. Coffee with eggshells. Cowboy coffee was notorious, strong, bitter, and often gritty with grounds. To make it smoother, cowboys tossed crushed eggshells into the pot. The shells helped settle the grounds and cut the bitterness, creating a surprisingly better cup of coffee out on the open range. These weren't gourmet meals. They were survival. But every stew, biscuit, and cup of coffee carried the spirit of the frontier. Which of these Wild West foods surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love exploring forgotten flavors of history, don't forget to subscribe. Because in the Old West, food wasn't just about eating, it was about enduring.